we do something a little bit different, a little bit softer, maybe, kind of give ourselves a break. And so, if you joined me in February, we had this day of loving kindness on a Friday. And it is where I shared with each and every person individually a sentiment of loving kindness. Today, I'd like to share with each and every one of you a sentiment of bodhicitta. And we're going to talk a little bit about bodhicitta before I do. And then I'm just going to look at everybody individually and offer a personalized sentiment just for you. What I'd like to do before going forward is I am going to say your name. First of all, I would like to record this and post it. However, I want everyone to know that I'll be saying your first name so that you know who I'm talking to. If you don't want to be on the recording, or if you're at all uncomfortable with that, would you please put that in the chat? And for you, I can send you a chat instead. And that way your name isn't on the recording. I'm not using your last name or any identifying information, but it is a name and it is your name. And that can be a little unsettling. Just quick show of hands. Do most everybody feel okay with that? Yeah, thumbs up. Everybody's pretty good. Okay. If it starts as we go with the practice, if it starts to not feel okay, just please use the chat and let me know, and we'll do something a little bit more personalized for you. And with that, let's begin. Bodhicitta. If that is a word that is new to you, bodhicitta is that place within each and every human being of incorruptible goodness, loving kindness, compassion, joy, equanimity. Bodhicitta is not that place where we often say things like, I know I'm a good person, but... And then we go ahead and express all of the layers of unskillful habit energy that sort of covers up our goodness. Bodhicitta has nothing to do with our actions, really. It is simply that place within us that is soft and wounded. Pema Chodron calls it the soft, wounded heart. This is our divine nature, friends. Bodhicitta is the place where our spiritual being and our human being comes together in harmony, having been held, cared for, and healed by our own wise understanding, wise intention, wise action, wise speech, wise effort, wise life, wise mindfulness, wise concentration. Bodhicitta is that place within that mirrors and our way of living and breathing this noble eightfold path. And it unites our spirits with our humanness. And when our spirit and our humanness come together and ripen, so too does our bodhicitta. And our bodhicitta is waiting for us. It's waiting for the conditions of how we live this noble eightfold path. I like to imagine bodhicitta like a sunflower seed, which has a hard shell protecting a soft, sweet kernel of life's potential nestled inside. The sunflower seed, in order to become a sunflower, must be buried in the deep, dark mystery of earth. This burial is the planting of possibility, and it thrives on the conditions of the quiet unseen. Water, warmth, movement from earthworms, beetles, and thousands of microorganisms, nutrients from the soil, all of these factors, all of these conditions coalesce to soften the hard striped armor of the sunflower seed until a breach. The protective casing must surrender to the conditions. The fragile possibility within is exposed and vulnerable. When the conditions are conducive for its nurturance and growth, its fragility strengthens and its vulnerability expands upward, consciously, toward the air and sun, as well as downward, rooting farther into the dark, anchoring earth. The seedling continues to grow until the sunflower blooms bright, paying homage to its namesake. Like all life forms, it will eventually begin to die, bowing its radiance back to the earth, its birthplace and its place of final rest. Before that happens, though, the sunflower produces offspring. From one seed of life, it created possibility, new possibility, by the thousands. Your bodhicitta is this sunflower seed, awaiting the conditions to soften, to open, to surrender, to grow, to thrive, and to be shared. Bodhicitta, like the sunflower seed. I love sunflower seeds. I hope you never look at another sunflower seed the same way. I hope you always look at a sunflower seed and crack it open and look at that kernel and just hold it up to everyone you know and go, this is my bodhicitta, and then freak them out. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, friends. Alrighty. So I'd like to share with all of you sentiments of loving kindness that I write. I often have them on the little picture cards that I read sometimes in our Recovery Dharma meetings. And I have, my goal is to have 365 of them written someday, and one a day. And right now I think I'm a little over like 150, something like that. So I have a ways to go. But in any case, I want to share these with each and every one of you personally so that you have a sentiment of loving kindness, a sentiment of bodhicitta, something to soften you, something to open and penetrate that hard casing. The hard casing covering the soft, wounded heart. One of the things that humbles me in our Recovery Dharma meetings is it's extraordinary to me to be in a large group of people where so much vulnerability, so much fragility is expressed, safely, reverently, lovingly. And I think why it's so humbling to me is because I have been in situations where I observe people weaponizing and taking advantage of another's vulnerability. And so it's no wonder that we have an attitude that to be vulnerable is to be weak. The world at large is a scary place. The moment we're down, someone is very quick to give us a swift kick. And so it's so incredible to come into an environment where we can express vulnerability soundly, and instead of being hurt, we are empowered. And we are reminded that this fragile sunflower seed kernel has this potential to grow into this enormous, sometimes 7-foot plant. It becomes something else, and it reproduces itself many, many, many times over. We are no different. We are no different. The potential for us to create the seeds of goodness to be shared is limitless. Here are some of my seeds for each of you. So I'm going to begin in my squares with you, Linda. You're the first one on my list. And I'm just I have them all written down. So this is for you, my friend. May you rise and rise and rise. Adam, may you realize your nature is to love and be loved. Kelly, may you see the divine everywhere. Sarah, may you smile at awe. Sharon, may you hear your soul's song. May you hear your soul's song. Ryan, may you be tender to all lives. Brother John, may you open to the wonder of you. Luma, may you sense the ways life celebrates you. Mikey at the Cub House, may your heart beat with the rhythm of life. Mark, may you have your day made by some surprise. Elizabeth, may you walk in beauty. Artist John, may the earth rise to meet you in dance. Sweet Pea, may you dare to live your dreams out loud. Susan, may you not deny the purity of your heart. Kathleen, may you have wonderful rest. Christian, may you sit in the shade of your own heart and find relief. Kim, may you trust the smile in someone's eyes. Shelley, may you trust your own mystery. Carrie, may you come home to your own true self and belonging. Gary, may you celebrate your ebb and flow. Lo, may you walk gently in the sacred spaces of your soul. Lynn, may you sense a holy urgency to live your precious life. Tom, may you speak the beauty of your soul. Michelle, may you not believe everything you think. JC, may your stumbles reveal new sights. Samantha, may you befriend the awkward places in your heart and mind. Mario, may you be light in dark places. Patricia, may your bubbles of comfort burst into adventure. James, may you tenderly care for those unloved parts of you. Bonnie, may the layers of unwanted thought peel away into bright dreams. So much loving kindness, so much seed of possibility coming alive in each of you and in all of us. This is the awakening bodhicitta, and we need it so desperately, friends. I want to end our practice today with a little gentle statistic, a little gentle reminder. Actually, it's a rather stark statistic, so it is an important reminder. When you doubt your efforts here, when you doubt your presence here, and I say when intentionally, I'm not using the word if, because we all doubt whether this is working, whether our efforts are making a difference, because we are afflicted by impatience sometimes, and it's hard to remember that things change slowly sometimes. So when we come into doubt of our efforts being of value, our wise actions being enough, I want you to remember that 90% of people who are diagnosed with a substance use disorder, only 10% of them actively seek treatment. in any form. So I want you to realize and just sort of humbly take in how many people are out there stumbling and fumbling through life with all kinds of afflicted habit energy, and they don't know how to seek help for it. They don't know how to have community. They're out there in a giant sea all alone. Your effort to awaken your bodhicitta, your soft, wounded heart, has the capacity to produce seeds of possibility, seeds of kindness, seeds of awakening another's bodhicitta. Your effort here matters beyond the beyond. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for your efforts. It is extraordinary and deeply, deeply inspiring to me. Thank you, friends. This is a book called, from Pema Chodron, The Wisdom of No Escape. None of us are getting out of here alive. That's kind of fun to think about, right? So let's see if there's anything that pops out here. Okay, so this is what I do with books like this. I'll just open it up to any page and I'll scan it and I'll just I'll find something that speaks to me. We're coming together at the end of our practice today in dedication. You know, it really is important to remember to take stock. That's what dedicating this merit is all about. The merit is taking stock that we have done something good here today. We've done something good for ourselves, and by extension, we're doing something good for others. How that manifests, how that reaches others is A, none of our business really, and B, a mystery. But it's nevertheless true. Whatever we heal for ourselves, we do heal for others. Pema writes, taking refuge in the three jewels is no refuge at all from the conventional point of view. It's like finding a desert island in the middle of the ocean after a shipwreck. Phew, land! And then standing there and watching it be eaten away day by the ocean. That's what taking refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha is like. Because we need to realize the need to take off our armor. We can take refuge in our awakeness and our aspiration not to cover it over any longer by taking refuge in the Buddha. We take refuge in the teachings of the Buddha, and we can take refuge in the Sangha, our family, those people committed to following the Buddha's teachings, with whom we can share support and inspiration. We are all, each of us, an infinite seed of possibility, of goodness, of shadow, of skillfulness, unskillfulness, all kinds of habit energy healing. We are complex spiritual human beings, and we are here to awaken to all of it, to embrace it, to welcome it, to allow enough space for all of it to find home in each of us. And by extension, we help others and support others in their return home to themselves. This is a lifelong practice, and it is such a privilege to practice this day with you. Thank you so much, friends, for your beautiful time, your beautiful practice. We'll see you next time. Namaste.